Well, can't see anything on this. Oh, this is working. Well, there we are. Start of a walk. Well, not start of a walk. Been walking a while. Ifonche. I'm walking up the road that you'll notice up from the, I go down a bit, from the restaurant, the bar, down there. I'm parked in the bottom of ifonche, right down the bottom, so Jen's got some shade. I've walked up the hill and now I'm walking to the start of the walk, which is further on. Well, this is where we normally turn off to go down the bottom there, in that path. Up on the other side, the top, very top, is where I was walking the other day when I walked round on the far side of ifonche. I mean, if you look at the area here, I'm a fair way up this path now. I'm still on the road, and according to me, instead of going down on the footpath, I've got to go up the road. So, different walk this morning. This is just a track up to various casas. I'm doing this bit first because it will get me into the forest when the temperature goes up a bit later. Well, the first bit of shade I've been in this morning, the track runs out here. It says I go up, but whether it's that way or that way, I don't know. I'm going to have to walk and find out. Well, I appear to have chosen the right one. There is a path up this little hill and going to the Garmin, which I'm using for navigating this morning. This is the right path, straight off into the woods. Well, as normally happens when I come to ifonche area, I'm walking up on the top between two barrancos. There's a giant one to my right and quite a big one to my left. As soon as I'm going to turn left at the top of this walk, I hope they come to some kind of equal level somewhere, so I don't have to climb down and out. Looks as though it's coming to level now. I'm climbing a bit harder now, as you can hear from my short breath. It's going towards the top, making good time. I told Jen 2 hours because of the extra I've added, but I'm hoping to be back before then. Although not an official walk, someone has put some yellow marks on, so I'm hoping we don't lose our way up here. Well, I thought I was at the top, but I've still got a few hundred metres to go before I get to the turn off left. If you look left, there is a giant barranco across there. It goes way down into the bottom and all the way up. I hope there's some simple way to get to the top of that, because I don't want to walk up that lot, not in a short distance anyway. Some kind person left a cairn for people who haven't got GPS, but this is where the path's running at the side of this giant barranco, and as I said, it's way up the other side. We'll see in a minute when the barranco bottom is coming up anyway to meet the path, which I'm still climbing on. We must be fairly close to turning left, so I presume it's at the top of where the levels meet. But then there's a climb up the other side there, up to the top. We'll see round the corner. Path splits here Passing to the bottom of the barranco, one up the side to go up the side. I'm going into the bottom. I can always come back this way. It's not true, but I've got to go left somewhere here. Shows the wrong path. The other one is down there. It's a waterway, so every so often there's a bush or a tree growing across the path, and it's a bit of a nightmare getting up it. Still seeing yellow marks on the rocks, so somebody's marked this. Still not seen the turn to get across. I'll have to look at the map. I've reached a turn again, another cairn by a nice person. It was about 20 metres after I'd stopped to check the map on GPS. So here we are, going up the other side of the giant barranco. Somebody did a lot of work on cairns down here. I'm on the top of the walk now, walking across the top, hoping not have to go up that hill on the other side. But it's wonderfully quiet again, and a really nice place to walk as we can get up the hills. The hill there is the side of the barranco. I'm now crossing across the front of the barranco, and as you can see, it comes down. I'm walking up, and the top of the barranco is coming down, so I shall be at the top soon. The last 200 or 300 metres up the hill were really hard. I came from up there somewhere. I'm just on this path to make sure it is the right one. It is now going down. In the distance there is La Gomera. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, there you are, La Gomera. I don't know whether we can see La Palma. It's round the corner from here, so we'll probably not be able to see that. But it's drinks time. I'm going to find a shade tree. Well, there was no shade on the path, so I'm off the path now. To the side, but it's really is warm up here, and not a lot of shade, but it is drinks time. Oh. Yeah, it's time to that's what you get with changing pressure. According to the app I've got on, there's no change in atmospheric pressure up here. Completely ridiculous. That just shows what change there is. The app I put on, which is supposed to be just for measuring atmospheric pressure, said it was higher here than down in Los Cristianos. Complete rubbish. But then it hasn't got a sensor on it. It's just doing it from whatever it can find on my phone. Right, can't see anything across there yet. I'll go a bit further down. I tried to send Jamie a message to say I was okay, but I can't get the phone to send a message at present. I can't even get it on the menu. I keep thinking I've sorted it out, but it's always a problem. Anyway, we're on the way down. My calves and thigh muscles will have a rest, and my knees and hip joints will take a bit of a hammering. Well, in front of us there's ifonche. Around to the side I could see La Gomera, I think. You can't actually see it much else, and we're going to do a steep descent now, which looks as though it's going to be fairly rough to get down that lot. In the far side is ifonche. You can see how rocky. If I just get past this tree, so oops, daisy, start running down this hill, it's a bit too steep. I'm off. Catherine might be able to. El Rocky should be behind there somewhere. Oh, there you are. And round that way ought to be the islands, La Gomera and then La Palma. Whether one can see them is a different matter. I can't make out whether that's the top of La Gomera or not. Never mind. And there's ifonche and the parts that are cultivated. Going back there, I've got to go past there to get back to the van. So I've got quite a distance to go yet. I'm off the path at present. I thought I'd bring you across here to show you where I am. Let me just carefully get a bit closer. But that goes straight over the edge. In front of us, there, that barranco. The other side of there is the one that goes down to the Barranco dell'Inferno, which is through that gap there, down a few hundred metres, a lot higher than those places. And we're going back that way. And now that's where the path goes, and it goes over the edge again, down into that barranco down there. That's where I'm off to. And then it'll be up the other side of that one and back to the road and the minibus. Well, this it's a path I've walked several times before. It's a fairly common one, but I had intended going back to where I initially thought of leaving the van. Whether I do or not, I'll decide further down this. But as you can see, we're going steeply down. Well, not steeply downhill, we're going downhill now. Fairly easy walking this compared to the rest of what's been on this walk. This is the well-known, daisy, part of the walk down at the bottom. Eventually takes you down to the rock, bigger rock slabs that walk out of ifonche, or in ifonche, depends which way you're going. But that's down at the bottom and up the hill at the other side. The vineyard has come on well. Since last time I was down here, a very pretty vineyard, that one. And I told Jen there wasn't wouldn't be any of these trees on this walk, just to show you. It's and I have been round it. So it well, the climb out at the end of this walk is a real pain. I found a bit of shade, and I'm going to have another drink. I said 2 hours to Jen, it's only an hour and a half, so can take a bit of time. It's not a walk for people without proper gear, this. It's not a flip-flop walk, you need sticks and boots, and to be fit as well. But pleasant. Walkers who've walked with a group from the Swallows will probably recognise this area. We're now coming to the top. Oh, some other people on there, and we'll come to the rock face. I'll go up this edge I'm not sure you want to go with this. You can walk round or over it. We'll try over it. Oops, daisy. And a bit more. And then we'll come to the open piece which goes down to ifonche, down this side of the what strikes me, there's never a good marking for this bit of the walk. It goes round this way, down. Give me a second and you'll be able to see where we're going. Yeah, and the distance there is where the path goes up to ifonche and onto the top. Another 10 minutes or so. There we are to the slab of rock that we have to climb out on. I mean, this is not the normal volcanic stuff that we get on the island. These are bedrock kind of things. Heaven knows where it came from. I presume it's out of a volcano, but not a recent one. And whatever was on top of this rock has been washed away over the years, and now it's bare rock that we climb out on. It goes on and on and on, up round this corner, oopsie daisy, and round onto the other side until we're finally out. Now back at ifonche. This is, if you go straight behind me, straight up that path there, you get to the start of where I walked and joins where I walked this morning. I came from across that side, and in front of us, as you can see, are the bins of ifonche. So it's just up the road and down to the minibus. No cars, no walkers. There was only one car down in the bottom where I parked. I'll see how many's around the corner. But suddenly there's a dearth of walkers. I've just passed 3 going the other way that looked slightly confused about where they were going. But at least they were walking hard. There are some cars around the corner. One there. Some more around the corner there. Some walkers just getting out of their cars. 3, 4, yeah, so there are people out. Walking back now from the top down to the minibus. We're looking at the time at present. It will have taken me an hour and 3/4, and that includes stops for videoing and stops for a couple of water stops. So yeah, an hour and a half probably at the most to walk. Fairly good exercise. Not the most wonderful walk, but it helps keep you fit. Back to the minibus. It was in the shade when I left, it's in full sun now. I need to check the oil because I think I've got an oil leak. Yes.
An hour and 3/4.
Yep.